to take over this now. Forget you asking me the questions. Where do you land in the Glade pumpkin debate? This is the hard-hitting question I want to ask.
Well, Erin, it's nice to meet you. My name's RJ Ochoa. But I am not a big pumpkin fan in
Okay, tell
general.
me why. Tell me why.
It's just not my taste, and I think my wife is a big pumpkin person. So I think
Okay.
like we all tend to kind of balance our spouses out sometimes. So, she gets it, I don't. I like, football, she tolerates it, stuff like that. It's a fine smell, it's a fine aroma. That's probably my favorite version of pumpkin. The seeds you can miss me with, the lattes, fine, they can exist. If anything, they're representative of the best time of year. So I like them for that specific reason.
The fact you use the word aroma is fantastic. I mean, it's really, really an underrated word. I'm actually with you. It's fine. I do love, I'm not going to lie to you. My best friend, Krista Thompson, got this going with me, a pumpkin muffin. I will crush a pumpkin muffin, and I shouldn't because I usually do it after my workouts. Not a great thing to do. That doesn't really balance itself out. But if we are talking about the Glade pumpkin debate, I think the survey got it right. Cinnamon, apple, and then pumpkin. That's how the stats worked out in this one.
Yeah, I think that's a solid ranking. I agree with you if I have to have pumpkin in any kind of edible fashion, any kind of bread, muffin, bread in
Ooh,
general.
yeah.
I'm good with that. Like just
I like a
standard
pumpkin
pumpkin.
seed.
Yeah, it's okay. If some people like bake them, you know what I mean? Like I can tolerate it that way.
Delicious. Sure.
But again, it ultimately means that football's back. Glade is
Yeah.
here. You're here. Again, like it's hard to be upset at this pumpkin in this moment. And pumpkin gets a bad rap because everybody assumes, everybody equates it to like Cinderella. Like everybody's like, oh, you don't want to be the pumpkin at
Oh,
midnight. Like, so I
I don't.
appreciate that
I
you're
equate it to fall. It's fall
exactly.
time. Fall, football, pumpkin, glade sense. We're in.
I have some fall football questions for
Let's
you,
go.
but before that, your career has transcended a lot of different avenues. Little bit of, I mean, not even a little bit, but a lot of lifestyle. I saw a tip that has changed my life, and it's to empty the dishwasher in the evening, like right before bed. I saw
Okay.
somebody referred to it like your closing time duties, and it does kind of save some time. You wake up a little rejuvenated. You don't have that going on.
Mm-hmm.
What's one
Mm-hmm.
of those for Erin Andrews? You have a very busy fall, busier than most people, lots of
Yeah.
travel. So what's something that helps you kind of, what's your version of emptying the dishwasher at night?
Pick up. I mean, Chris and I on our podcast had said, don't put it down, pick it up. Don't put it down, put it away. So I
Mm,
like that one. My bedside table is a hot mess express. And this time of year, I've got the notepad of to-dos, and then I have the notepad of I just got off the phone with Terry McLaurin and Frankie Louvu. In the middle of the night, if I think of a question to ask them, that's my, interview notepad. Then I've got my chargers and my Glade candle. I've
right.
got my headphones. I've got all that crap on there. Before I go to bed, I try to clean it off, but have the things I need. Also, my closet isn't great. Right now, I've got my section of when I leave this week to go, what am I throwing in my suitcase? Things I need to put away and I didn't. So it's clean up what's at the bottom of the stairs that I want to bring upstairs,
Great
clean
call.
the bedside table, and clean the closet.
Yeah, that sounds so simple when you say it that way, but by the time like week 6 hits, it's a very
A
different lifestyle.
disaster. Yep.
You were talking about the Cowboys, and I cover the Cowboys, and so
Yeah.
you are very synonymous with the Cowboys, what with Fox, and I mean all sorts of other things. 2 years ago, the last really successful season for the Cowboys, I tracked all season long how often you and your crew did the Cowboys game. This is the 2023 season. Do you know off the top of your head?
I can't imagine. You guys were really, really, really good.
It was 9 times, counting the playoff debacle.
Did that game.
That felt extraordinary to me. 9 times to do a single team that many instances. Is that I know it was a year and a half ago at this point, but is that something where you're like, yeah, that's the Cowboys. Like that's just the draw at a certain point. Like that felt like an interesting phenomenon to me that you guys would be assigned, one team that many instances in a single season.
They had won how many in a row? I just watched it in the doc
16 in a row at home
at
specifically,
home.
up until
Yep.
that game. Yeah.
We had them every week. I mean, I remember getting on conference calls with Mike McCarthy and he's like, "Oh, we got you guys again." I mean, there were times we just sat and talked about life because
Right.
we just had him the week before. I mean, yeah, we covered what was happening, in practice and what had happened transpired the last game, but it was like, "Coach, how you doing?" Like, "Aaron, how's the baby?" Like things like
Right.
that. Um It's not a shock to me because it's the power of the Cowboys, it's the power of the brand, it's the power of the Joneses. And they were a hot topic. I mean, they are still a hot topic. I run a clothing line and they're my number one selling team. It's why I thought sitting, which was fascinating with my husband, who knows, listen, hockey player, knows the power of the Cowboys and the Joneses through me
Hmm.
and me being there all the time, that he was like, wow, this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, I thought they did such a great job with that. It shows, like it's incredible.
It's
I
really
find it
difficult. Yeah.
absolutely insane.
It's difficult to explain, and some people,
No.
compartmentalize it as it's just the Cowboys. It's a very, very large entity and enterprise. I think that's really well said. You mentioned your son, your child. You have a lot going on.
Yeah.
I have another football question in a moment, but I don't even want to tip or anything. I'm very happy for anyone who has a toddler. My son is 3 years old, and everyone
Mine's
told me
too. It's
everyone
really hard.
it's super hard. But my wife was pregnant, everybody said, and my son spent 2 months in the NICU, and that was a big old journey.
Oh.
But he's great. So he's a little annoying sometimes. We can be straight up. But
Yeah.
everybody said being a dad is the best thing, and they were all absolutely correct. And so
Mhm.
I'm just so happy for anyone that gets to experience life. And you've shared a lot about your journey. So
Yeah.
I just, I wonder, it has to make the fall more fun for you. Like things like holidays and pumpkin aroma and Glade, it has to all smell
Yes.
better and taste better.
Well, that's why it's like exactly when Labor Day, it was like the day after Labor Day, it's like let's light the Glade candles, let's
Right.
set out the pumpkins, let's make this. Yeah, I'm a mom. Like I gotta, own it a little bit. And there's also a guilt too, because I'm gone Thursday to Sunday or Friday to Sunday sometimes. So it's like we already bought the Halloween costumes because I just want to be on it. We got a schedule from the school this week, and it's in my
Totally.
calendar because I'm like I don't want to be the loser mom that's on the road and I screwed up for my kids. So, but yes, it makes it very, very fun. The thing that I'm learning, and I learned the hard way yesterday, they're great at school, but they come home and they turn into animals. Like he was mad at me yesterday. Last night, wow, my husband looked at me and he goes, "What's going on? Who is this guy?"
People say terrible twos. I will just warn you, three has been like two was super chill, relative to three. So,
Two hasn't been chill. He woke up at 2 and he's a different child, but whatever.
that's good luck. It's really all I can offer, Erin.
Yeah.
So I've interviewed you before, and last
Mhm.
time I did not have something going on in my life that I do now. I am a grad student at the University of Florida. It's my
Oh
first
my
semester.
God.
Yeah, and so you and I park our cars in the same garage in that sense. So I want you to indoctrinate me
What
into
are
all
you
things Gator.
studying?
Digital journalism. I'm fortifying my overall portfolio. You
Come
know what I mean? And so
on.
when it comes to Gator greats,
Congrats.
Gator journalists, Erin Andrews is at the top of the pyramid.
Oh,
So,
please.
so if you had to virtually hug me and indoctrinate me into the Gator culture, let's do it right now. What is it that I have to know? What is it that I have to be told by Erin Andrews specifically?
About what? Florida or
About
what?
anything. Like this is it's not your 90 or your elevator pitch. I already paid the tuition. I'm here. But you know what I mean? This is your like consider it a 30-second new student conference type thing.
So I had a professor. I don't believe he's there anymore. His name was Sid Pachter. He was known as the toughest professor in the telecom college. He he said on everybody said you'd always get a C in his class. The highest you get was C. He's really hard. I loved him so much. I made him my advisor. I grew up in the industry. My dad obviously was on local television, so I knew how difficult it was. His speech to you when you got there was if you don't if you don't want to make more than $30,000 your first year, get out. If you want to celebrate holidays at home during the holiday season with your Glade candles, get out. Because if you do, you're not going to make it. He goes, if you don't want to be divorced, get out. If you don't want somebody to tell you you need a nose job, get out. Like it was just, I was like, this guy's freaking like this is true.
Yeah.
A lot of this is true. So I mean, for me, what I would say to women or anybody that wants to do this, you got to really, really love it. Yes, there are some amazing parts of it, but I do miss every Thanksgiving, but I have the coolest job out there to miss it. I get to bring my family with me. There's a lot of stuff you have to give up, but it's also one of the coolest things to do. You
That's
gotta
really
love it though.
That's really, really great. Life advice, certainly journalism advice, and certainly Gator advice.
Don't tell your wife I said about the divorce part, and I won't tell my husband either.
I also won't tell her about the nose job either. You know what I
Yeah, or
mean?
the
Like,
nose job, which I didn't have either.
Glade rocks. To walk you out of here, Erin, by the time Glade pumpkin season ends, because Glade is the best year round,
Yeah, baby.
will the Cowboys be viewed as a contender? Not like top of the NFL, but but again, by the time we put away pumpkins and bring out Santa, will the Cowboys be viewed as someone to be taken seriously?
I have no idea. And it's not because it's the Cowboys. It's because this is the greatest reality show on earth. The NFL and Dallas. You just never know what to expect.
Well
I mean,
said.
I wouldn't be shocked if it goes either way, would you?
No.
If the
Yeah.
Cowboys come out and they're like, we're gonna own this. We don't have Micah, we don't need him. And I wouldn't be shocked if it goes the other way.
The Dak and Zeke era, as you are well familiar, began
Yeah.
under this like cloud of like everything
Yes.
is terrible, and then they were the number one seed, and that ended poorly, also at the hands of the Packers. The Packers, we're just kind of getting sick of them, Aaron. But not sick of you, not sick of Glade. Thank you for the time. We'll be lighting our candles, perhaps in a bit of a prayer ritual
Yeah.
for the Cowboys. And
But
best of
either way, if you do that in the fall, starting tomorrow night, you have three amazing fall scents to choose from,
exactly.
Light them all,
That's the yeah. I mean,
Just be
the more the
careful.
better. That's the more luck that we can obviously kind of conjure up.
Exactly.
Aaron, thank you for the time. Have a great season and enjoy all of it with your family.
You're awesome. And go Gators.
That's right. Can we get a Gator chomp as we walk away?
Hold on. I can
Oh,
do better than that.
that was
They're my
perfect.
real pom-poms.
That's right. I don't have any yet. Maybe they'll give
Oh,
me mine when I
you
walk the
need to
stage.
audition for the Dazzlers.
That's the plan. Aaron, thank you so much.